welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about something, but first, before I talk about that, I am here with my mom.
Hey guys.
And my little brother. Say hi, Austin.
Hi.
Okay.
Not a hi, Austin. That's how. Okay, so I've been designing a lot. It's not summer. It's fall. It's September. Technically, it's in fall, but it's really hot. It's still been getting hot. That's why I'm wearing short sleeves, because normally in fall I would be wearing long, but it's getting really hot. It's because of global warming, and because of that, there's been droughts. Freshwater lakes and rivers are drying up, but there's still the ocean. So, I've been thinking over and over on how to do that. So, also there's this tea, and to make stuff like tea, we need water, because you get these tea bags and then you put in water, in hot water, and then you just make into cold or hot tea like this. I got cold tea, but yeah. So we still got the ocean, like I said, and barely any people are doing desalination, which is the process of taking salt out of salt water and then making the salt water into fresh water. And you need a fire for that. So I've been designing a lot of planes that don't take regular gasoline, but actually take hydrogen. So I've been studying a lot, and this is what I've got. I mean, it's not the perfect drawing. I've just been designing. So if I can see. So this is where the fuel container is. This is the fuel, and you can probably see it. And then this is the fire. And there's a stainless steel plate, so it doesn't erode away so fast. And then there's the salt water. Now, when you put a fire over a water source, or when it gets too hot, then you probably know it turns into water vapor and then turns into clouds, which is what we have in the sky. It's those white fluffy things that look like cotton candy, but yeah, you probably already know it. So when the water vapor goes into here, I got two little tubes here. One will be another water vapor, and the other will also be water vapor, but they're going into two separate chambers. One chamber is just gonna be for us to turn it to fresh water, while the other is just gonna fuel and let oxygen into the air. So the this chamber is the one that lets oxygen and hydrogen go their separate ways. So there's a process called electrolysis, which is a process where there's an electricity source like copper, which is a really good electricity source, goes into water when it's fully charged up, and then it separates the hydrogen and oxygen molecules in water, which is H2O. The hydrogen symbol is H, but H2 means there's two hydrogen molecules, while there's only one oxygen molecule. So it's going to go into here. These are the two chambers, hydrogen and oxygen. Now, oxygen will be let into the hydrogen chamber a little bit, but the hydrogen will not be let into the oxygen chamber because, well, you're just going to need oxygen. And the reason I don't want the hydrogen going to oxygen in the oxygen chamber is because it'll get really explosive. So I want some oxygen to be let into the tube here, the hydrogen chamber. So the hydrogen and the oxygen will go down here into the fuel chamber and will be combusted into the fire, which heats it up and goes through that process again. But now to the water vapor, to the other water vapor chamber. Let's talk about here. So it goes through this other tube, which comes into here. It goes up here, let the water vapor turn into regular water, but that's still, it might still contain a little stuff like, fish scat, sea animal scat, whatever. So we're gonna go it through a filter I've drawn here, and then let the filter drop into this chamber, and then I'll put a nozzle here. I couldn't draw a nozzle because it's gonna be over here. So, and it's just gonna turn into water, and then you got your mug there. So this is actually not my first drawing. I got some more drawings back here. I did this one in pencil because this is my pre-drawings, just making sure. So I actually went with this design, which is this design right here. But I wanted to draw this one for you guys. So let's talk about this other one and why it's a flaw. So first of all, it doesn't have an electrolysis chamber. And that, well, it doesn't really matter, but people need oxygen, so why not? And if we look over here, it's got this hydrogen looking mug thingy. So this thing looks like a mug, and it has no support. So we need a support to hold this thing. So yeah, that's the flaw. And if that thing falls, let's just say it's not coming back. So yeah, and this I made a little too thin here. I don't know. I just wanted to do a design, and it's too. So if you look over here, it's a little too, right angle-y, even though it's not a right angle. But the reason it's a flaw is because it turns so sharply. So the reason it turns so sharply is because, well, it's a design flaw. And when it turns too sharply, then the water vapor can't go, and then it'll just turn into water, and it just drips back into the salt water, and then you're basically just wasting time. So that's why it's a design flaw. And when I noticed that, I created this guy, which is no longer a design flaw, and it has an electrolysis chamber, which lets out oxygen and hydrogen to fuel it. So it's basically fueling itself just by working. So it's basically a perpetual motion machine unless you turn it off. And to support the electrolysis chamber is the tube that lets the oxygen and hydrogen go into the fuel chamber. So that's its support. Yeah. That's not my only drawing. I've done much more drawings over here. And this was my first drawing on how to design it. So, over here is just this wire, this copper wire. And then you got coal. So, this is the natural way of doing it instead of just putting it in all those chambers. So, you're going to need coal. And you're going to need bottles, a tray, or you don't actually need a tray, but you need wet sand, or a wet towel, either one, but mostly wet sand. And you're gonna need another empty bottle. Fill one of the bottles, with salt water. Put it over the coals in a tray or something, or in wet sand. That's another one. And then connect the two mouths, which is the thing where you drink out of. So we're connected to the neck. Sorry, not the mech robots. And then you got to pile it up to put it even to the bottle with the salt water. And then slowly but surely, in like at least 10 minutes, it takes at least 10 minutes to filter it. The water vapor will come past the neck and the mouth, and then come into the other bottle, the empty bottle, and will come out as fresh water that you can drink, that you can put over a fire to not desalinate, but actually filter it out more, because it could be made probably a saltwater lake, which also has moss, and you don't want that, and also has parasites, so fire kills that. And here's another thing I just did. That was my first design, and then I just did all this stuff. And then you don't want a roaring fire because that would just burn the bottles, but you actually need some coals. That's why I put a check up there. And then this is my first design.
It looks very complicated.
Oh, it is complicated because it uses a lot of molecules, and you really need to have a lot of brain power to do this.
Who's gonna do it?
I designed it, and I probably will actually do it.
You think California should do it?
In the Africas, they actually do this, but in a way, it's a different way. They actually use fires, but waste all that coal and wood because we are in a major drought and it's getting hotter, so we're losing a lot of wood because it's getting hotter and it's setting up forest fires here in California and in the Sierra Nevada parts in Nevada, Lake Tahoe, for example. It's really burning up there really bad, and soon we're just gonna have no wood if nobody does anything. And to make more wood, you're gonna need more water to, feed and water the trees.
This one is electric or the solar or what? How you gonna make it?
So it's actually powered by itself.
Okay, for the sun, the nature.
Actually,
will do it,
no.
right?
So let me explain over here. So, like I said, the hydrogen and the oxygen comes here. So that's how it's going to power it. Because hydrogen is used as a fuel source, because I'm also going to make a hydrogen plane, which I don't think they've made yet. So that's going to power the fire, and it's going to power everything else. Hydrogen. Well, not the oxygen, because hydrogen and oxygen only combust, but hydrogen himself combusts but into a fuel source. So that's how I'm going to use it.
Do you think you can make it?
I'm pretty confident I can, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because
You think you can be like Elon Musk level?
I don't know, probably not. I don't know. He's designed like electric cars and stuff, but yeah.
But you're just 10 years old. You might be like
I
him.
guess so, because I actually got part of this idea from Nikola Tesla. You guys probably never heard of him, but he was the first man to invent electricity without electricity. So a power source that powers electricity without electricity. So here's a little story. First, when I designed this, I heard a story about him. I like Nikola Tesla because he's very smart, and he actually built a wheel that's powered by the waterfall. I forgot the name because I put a lot of brain power into drawing this guy and designing it. But he powered it, and then the water powers everything into the city near the waterfall, and town near the waterfall. So that's how I actually got the idea of this machine powering itself, because Nikola Tesla. You guys should probably check him out. I learned a lot from him, and he gave me ideas of building things that help me and probably everybody else.
Sounds good, Steven. Good job.
And the environment. Thank you. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified on when I post a new video of designing, Legos, all other things, presentation. The reason I haven't posted a video in so long is because I put a lot of brain power into this guy to prepare for this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.